Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Day 24. Tumengangana. We're almost at the end. I hope you have been benefiting from the talk. For anyone who's joining today, my name is Wanjiko Mirigi, counseling psychologist based in Nairobi, Kenya. This month, we are talking about narcissistic personality disorder and how they are in relationships and in not only narcissistic but then also toxic abusive partners, and we are looking at it in terms of the book of Proverbs in the Bible. So it's not only just my sayings, but what did Solomon say about narcissistic toxic partners? What has the Bible said? Like, this book was written under God's inspiration, so what has God said about them? Were they known before, like 2000 years ago plus? Were they known? Is it something that has been there, or is it just things that are out in the air that we are giving names right now? So this far, I am sure that all of us agree toxic, abusive, narcissistic partners have always been there. The thing is that their names, titles, have always been different. There's wayward, there's wicked, there's schemers, there's mockers, there's any other, considering or based on what your Bible calls them. So today being the 24th, something is here. Something is in our chapter today. And chapter 24 says and states that, verse 1, do not envy the wicked. We've all agreed that narcissistic, toxic, abusive partners are wicked. Do not desire their company, as birds of a feather flock together. That one is my own, or it's not in the Bible. It's not written in the Bible, but it's there out there. And something else, for their hearts plot violence, and their lips talk about making trouble. Why are you being warned from this kind of people? Because one, as I've said, birds of a feather flock together. And you know, when you're in a company of someone or people every so often, their behavior rubs on you a lot. There's something that we used to be told in primary, and I remember it very well in class 8. There was this science teacher, and that guy used to be so blunt in his words. And there's a time that he told us, when you're standing on a table as a winner, it's very hard for you to pull someone up, but it will be very easy for the people who are down to pull you down. The reason for him to tell us this was because in class 8, you know, my time, it was about not getting excellent. It was about the marks that you have out of 700. Don't ask when I did my class 8. It was out of 700. So having marks of 500 and above used to be a big deal. And so our teachers used to work very hard so that we can get the grades. So anytime that you will see that someone is improving or doing well in their marks, and then he notices that you started being in the company of the wrong people who are not serious with their education, not serious in their performance, or just didn't care, this would be used. And of course, over the years, these things start making sense. When you're young, it really does not. But now when you grow, you start realizing, but it's not only just about education. Even literally stand on a table. Like, stand, no matter how firm your table is, and try to pull someone up. You struggle first with balance. You have to have somewhere you're holding up. But if the person down wants to pull you down, it is very, very easy for them. So the reason for this, when you are in the company of violent people or wicked people, toxic people, abusive, narcissistic partners, they will pull you down. So when you're being told not to be envious of them, is envy is when you want to be like them, want to have what they have, and you can almost do anything to take what they have. Is that don't look at them like this and want to be in the same place, in the same position with the exact same things, because at the end of the day, their day of disaster is coming. And what will happen is, when they are falling, you won't be saved from it. And also in this same chapter, it talks about verse 17, sorry, not 15, talks about, do not gloat when your enemy falls. When they stumble, do not let your heart rejoice. Because you see, when someone has hurt you, a violent person has hurt you for so long, for so much, a guilt, resentment starts building in you. And of course, we all look forward to the day your enemy will slip and fall, to the day when they will feel the same pain that you're feeling. So you've already been told to avoid. Then when you don't avoid, still this thing will happen. But even when this thing happens, even when you have tried to avoid, or you started avoiding after being too involved, too indulged in them, don't rejoice when sometimes my head goes faster than my tongue. When karma is a bee. So when things turn and they want to bite their behind, when we said we shouldn't be merciful to them, but take them into the system and the court should deal with. When the court has started dealing with, don't be the one to be there, yay, finally. Because it can hold and things just take a different twist. All right? And it's not God being unfair. It's life. I don't have the words to explain it. But you see, it's in the simplest of ways that I can describe it. You know the way you see someone slip and fall or slide and it looks very happy and you really laugh? What is the next thing that actually happens? It's that you will slide and you will fall. If they were about to fall and you really laugh, it's just life. You will slip and you will fall, and maybe your fall will be even worse than the person you laughed at. So when you see, and even these wicked people tend to have things that are very enticing. Even when you see it, even when you, because also in life, things that I have seen, I have learned, people know how to put face out there. When you see people who've put face out there, they're looking all glam and happy and couple goals and all. Avoid to be envious of them. Do everything that you can not to feel the heaviness of wanting to be them, because also we do not know what goes on behind closed doors. All right? Then there's something else that it says here. By wisdom, a house is built, and through understanding, it is established. Through knowledge, its rooms are filled with rare, beautiful treasures. All right? But now with these things, then how do we get there? Initially, we spoke about what wisdom is. We've not spoken about understanding, neither have we spoken about knowledge. But you cannot have wisdom without understanding and without knowledge. And if there are people who lack these three things, it's the wicked, toxic, narcissistic partners. I want someone to come and tell me, no, you're wrong. At least in the line of your relationship, in your house, behind closed doors, that they completely lack, like completely. But you will find that in other places, example, work, they are very good because also they have an element of people pleasing because they always want to appear very good, very nice, and very, accepted. And if you're in a relationship with someone, I believe that you will want to build a home. And building a home is not only the four walls. It's not just a house, which a house is where a home is, right? You can have a house without a home, but you can't have a home without a house. All right? And now for you to be able to build anything together, then there is need for you to actually work in agreement. All right? And when this is stated in this book, then you want to understand, okay, so now violence, abuse, toxic environment, are we really going to be able to build anything? And even if we build something, will it be in wisdom? So is it going to hold? Will there be understanding that other people can come in and get guidance, get advice, get direction from us? Will there be knowledge that we know what even our sheep is going through, our children, those who are within us, what they're going through? Then what will be of this thing? It will be just then a shell. Then what will be of it? But there's also something that he tells us in the same chapter, but a different verse, verse 27. Put your outdoor work in order and get your fields ready. After that, build your house. So, for you to even get this house, which is also we are saying is a home, you also need to do work on the outside. I'm thinking, then if you need to do work on the outside, then also the outside should tell you how the person is in the inside. Or with your relationship, then you also need to work on the outside for you to actually have anything inside your home, your house, your relationship. All right? Because now even this house cannot hold if outside is not good enough. If we can't stand front together, then what happens to us inside? If we can't agree on the outside or agree to disagree on the outside, then inward it will be crumbling. Inward will be rotten bones. Inward will be death. Inward will be all the other things that we've learned in the last 23 days. So, then what are you supposed to do? Keep off. I think, like in summary, chapter 24 is telling you, don't desire this thing. Don't go. Look away and keep moving. Do not desire and wait for your own. And also, it's warning us from not saving those who will end up being in a similar trap or being led astray. Because if you do not rescue these ones that are being led astray, and you even say, Ati, you did not know, still you will be questioned, judged. What else can we say? Any other term that you feel relevant to. You didn't do what was required for you to save the others. All right? And also not doing what is required to save another can also be you staying in a toxic relationship and making others think or feel that they can survive. That is it from me on the 24th. We shall see you again tomorrow. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the day, the rest of your evening, and we'll catch up on the 25th. See you.